going on, guys? Welcome to today's video. In today's video is going to be a training talk, and in today's training talk what we have got is we have just got some footage from left over from last week that I've not used. It's just some squats, some overhead press and some pull-ups from Friday. Only going to show you pretty much less than 50% of what I actually did. So in squats I had a 4x4 and 232.5 kilograms. I think that's like 512 pounds. And then I had a 4x4 and 212.5 kilo pause squats, which is kind of high 400, like 485 pounds, 480 pounds, something like that. Then I had 3 sets of 8 on overhead press, and I had as many sets as possible of 8 reps on pull-ups within a 15-minute time frame. And then that was me. So whatever you kind of see of that, then you get to see. But what we're going to be talking about today is visualization. And I feel that this video could be really helpful in the sense of helping people when it comes to approaching weights. Now, we've all been there, we've all done it, when we give a weight power. And by giving a weight power, we make the weight seem more than what it actually is, and we give that weight power over us. Example, you can squat 170 for three reps, but then you go to put 180 in your back and you just can't even squat it for 1, because for some reason when you see those 4 plates you just give this weight so much power and you start to become really nervous and kind of shit yourself a little bit, and you just kind of bomb out and just can't do it because of nerves, and you give this weight power. And we've all been there, we've all done that. Now, one thing I've always been pretty good at, actually not really being intimidated by weights. The only kind of time I ever remember giving away any power is 260 kilogram squats. And that's because the first time I ever tried to do a 260 kilogram squat, I missed it. I just missed it. So I ended up giving that weight power, but the next time I did it, I managed to still kind of, although I kind of did give the weight a little bit of power, I managed to beat it. Now, what I'm going to suggest to you is visualization, and start to see yourself as that squatter, for example. So we're going to use squats as an example. So for example, my goal is a 317.5 kilo squat. My goal for the European Championships is a 317.5 kilo squat, a 700 pound squat. That's what I want to do. That's kind of bare minimum baseline what I want to do. So right now, I currently see myself as a 700 pound squatter, a 700 pounds squatter, even though I am not. Now, I would never tell anyone. If someone asked me what's the best squat I've done, I would tell them the truth, 285 kilos. I would never lie. But I put myself in the shoes of someone that squatted 700 pounds, and I just manifest that, and I truly believe deep down I'm a 700 pound squatter. So for example, on Monday when I had the heaviest weight of the cycle on my back, which is 257 kilograms, or 0.5 kilograms for 5 sets of 3, I was listening to Whitney Houston and people like that playing, as that weight is a light weight relatively to, in regard to a 700 pound squat. So although that is a heavy weight, it is pretty light in relative terms to a 700 pound squat. And because I've kind of ingrained this pattern into my head, and I've kind of manifested it so much, I truly see myself as a 700 pound squatter. And that also means that when I'm then going for intensity blocks and going for AMRAPs that should allow me to fulfill that 700 pound squat, for example, 90% of 700 pounds is 200, between kind of 280 and 290, I believe. Somewhere around that kind of marker. So if I was to take that weight that's 90% for a triple, if that was planned, I would have no problem doing that, and I would be so confident I'm going to do that, and I would know for a fact that I'm going to do that, because ultimately I need to be able to do that because I'm a 700 pound squatter. If I can't do this, that means I'm not a 700 pound squatter. And because I've ingrained that thought process so much into my mind that I'm a 700 pound squatter, it means that it doesn't give away any power. Now, bear in mind, although you see yourself as it, it doesn't mean you are it, but because you see yourself as it, it means that you stop giving weights power. So I'm not saying that to do this from a delusional standpoint where you start lying to people. What I'm saying is I'm doing it from a standpoint so that you stop giving a certain weight power and start being more confident within yourself. It also means that if you've played this in your mind so much and kind of really massively ingrained into your head that you are X, Y or Z, then when you go to do the thing, it's going to be less daunting because you've already went through it so much in your head. And that is kind of something that I tend to use, and it's something that I found very, very helpful. So I hope you found today's video informative, guys. If this has helped you, please comment down below and let me know. Please like, comment, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. It does help the channel out, and I hopefully will speak to all of you guys next time.